Look, I get it. I know this is the season to stuff your face with 27 different kinds of Christmas cookies and eat all the candy from the local hometown candy shop, but I want to help you not gain weight, not gain fat during the holiday season. So, in this video, that is what we are gonna go over. Yes, I understand there are a lot of challenges you are facing right now as you are working on your fitness goals during the holidays. We're all facing them, I promise. Well, most of them. First, I know that you don't have as much time. You're traveling. You got to go to 3 different family members' houses around Christmas time. Maybe you're busy with work at the end of the year. You're wrapping stuff up. You're wrapping school up. It's a stressful time. I get it. I hear you. And also, everyone is bringing in all the Christmas cookies and goodies and sweets. And it's so tempting to be like, another one, another one, another one, another one. And in most places, I know it is colder than a witch's tit outside. It is freezing, so it's hard to go outside and get steps in. But taking all that into consideration, you can still maintain your weight and not gain a bunch of excess fat, so that way you can start the new year on the right foot. Let's get into it. In this video, we're gonna go over what to do with your workouts, what to do with your cardio, what to do with nutrition, and your overall mindset around this holiday season so you don't gain any extra body fat. Let's get it. All right, enough of the jump cuts from here. We're just gonna talk through everything and have a civilized conversation. So, first things first, I got my laptop here, so if I'm looking over at my notes, it's so I can help you as best and as much as possible. Okay, we got that covered. All right, so we're starting with the workout side of things. So, again, obviously I know that it is more challenging during this time because one, you don't have as much time. You probably, again, are bopping around to different family members or going on a flight or whatever the case is. And so it might be like hotel gyms. It might be literally just impossible to get to a gym. So you might have to do some body weight stuff. So this is what the mindset I want you to have is with your workouts. So one, I still want you to get workouts in during the holiday season. There is no reason why you can't get in anything. Like, if you just stop working out right now for the next 3 weeks, I'm gonna be so disappointed in you. You can still get a workout in. It might not be perfect. It might not be your typical Orange Theory workout, or you're, being at the gym for 75 minutes, having a perfectly structured program you're following. Getting in some strength training, though, is the key during this time, just to keep the momentum going. We need to keep the momentum going. We need to keep being consistent. And if we can do that, then we're going to start the new year on in a phenomenal place and be able to keep the ball rolling. If we keep the ball rolling right now, we'll be in a good spot. So this is what I want you to do. And the main things that I normally focus on and think about during this holiday season. And I normally travel a lot too. I'm living in Florida right now. I'm going back to Ohio. I'm going to be in Ohio for 2 weeks. I got to see 4 different family members, sides of the family when I'm there. Got to see friends. It's my birthday. There's a lot of stuff going on. So this is what I want you to do. Every single week to close out the year, these next 3-4 weeks. Get in at least 3 workouts per week, at least 3 strength training workouts per week. If you normally get in 5, be okay with getting in 3 workouts. If 3 is a stretch for you as is right now, you better keep stretching because we got to get 3 workouts in. We got to. Here's the other thing, though, I want you to keep in mind. They can be quicker workouts. They don't have to be, again, 45, 60, 75-minute workouts. They can be quicker 30, 40-minute workouts. And the way that you do that, so we're going to go over some other things with the workouts to focus on, but if you're just getting in a normal lifting workout, you can go to the gym, and maybe you are, it's 3, 4, 5 days per week you're going to the gym, but you just don't have as much time because it's a holiday season right now. Then for the 30, 40-minute workouts, what I want you to do is, 1, cut down on the number of sets you're doing. So instead of doing 3, 4 sets of all these different exercises, just do 2 sets. Do a warm-up set and then just do 2 sets of all the exercises you're doing. You're gonna get it done a lot quicker. You're still gonna hit each muscle group the same amount you normally would, just not as many sets. And that's perfectly fine right now. Something is better than nothing right now. The other thing that I want you to think about doing is 1, cut back on rest times a little bit. So maybe you still go decently heavy, or maybe even drop down a weight a little tiny bit, and you go a little bit higher rep and you go a little bit less rest times. Again, the goal right now isn't necessarily to be getting a ton better and making a ton of progress. We're trying to maintain and not gain body fat and keep the momentum going so that way we can hit the ground running in January. So that's the other thing. So shorter workouts, 2 sets, lower rest times, a little bit higher reps. And then the other thing that you could do is doing less exercises. So a lot of times when I write a workout program out or when I do my own workouts, I'm doing like 5, 6, 7 exercises. So during this time, maybe you're just doing the main 3, 4 compound exercises. So for example, if you're doing a leg day, and normally I do like, I do squats and I do deadlifts and then I do lunges and then I do like a leg curl machine and then leg extensions, then leg abductors, then glute bridges, then core stuff. Maybe what you just do in order to keep the workouts a little bit shorter is you just focus on those main compound exercises. So you do the squats, you do the deadlifts, you do the lunges or whatever, split squats or leg press or whatever it is. Then maybe you do you pick one other isolation-ish exercise between the leg curls, extensions, glute bridges that you want to focus on, and then you get out of there. You focus on the main things that matter, which is the compound lifts. The other stuff is just fluff, and it can help you build a little bit more muscle, help work those different body parts and areas, but if you can still do those main compound exercises, that is what's going to lead to the most progress, or at least maintaining progress. And so if you get in there, you maybe even push to get a little bit better, stronger with those, that's a huge win. But do those first 3, 4 exercises, go heavier. That's another way to go about it. So those are 3 ways that you can shorten down the workouts a little bit, even in a gym setting. And that's, again, the main thing is to get in there, show up, make it happen, get it done. Now, if you're not in the gym and you're traveling a ton, you can't show up and get into a gym setting. This is what you're gonna do with workouts. 1, dumbbell only workouts are fine. If you are in a hotel gym or just at home and all you have is some dumbbells, again, doing higher reps with lighter weight dumbbells, if that's all you have access to, that's fine. That's all you can do. We can only do what we can do. We can only control the controllables. So know that it is okay. And if you still do your full kind of normal workout, but it's dumbbell only, maybe instead of leg press, you do like dumbbell goblet squats, or, instead of like dumbbell or like a rowing machine, you do dumbbell rows. That's great. You're still doing it. And that's with my own one-on-one clients and our group coaching and our challenges. That's a lot of what we do is if someone can only get dumbbell workouts in, we send them over dumbbell workout programs that are going to allow you to still make progress. So there's always an alternative you can do just with dumbbells only and still get in a really good workout no matter where you are. So again, this is all of this is to say, you can still get in the 3 main lifting workouts every single week no matter where you are or what you're doing. So that's the other thing with dumbbells. Do what you can, make swaps if all you have is dumbbells. And then the last thing that I want to say is even if it's just body weight, even if you're traveling a ton and you're like, all right, I have 30 minutes to start the day or middle of the day, but I can't get to the gym or it's just going to be too taxing, tedious, too much energy to go there, find it, you don't want to pay for it, whatever the case is. There are still body weight workouts that you can do as well. And I've posted some on my Instagram and I'll try to post some on my YouTube. Maybe I'll do that this coming week or in the next week or so, just so that there's a workout that you can do and is quick and is body weight. But even if you just do, say for example, you do 3 sets of 10 of body weight squats, 3 sets of 10 to 15 of push-ups or incline push-ups, 3 sets of 8 reps of forward or reverse lunges, 3 sets of 8 to 10 of bench dips, and then you do glute bridges and maybe planks. If you do that whole workout, that is a phenomenal workout. That's going to help you make a lot of progress. It might not help you make a lot of progress. That's a pretty it's a big time exaggeration, but it will help you continue just the momentum going and allow you to continue getting in some sort of strength training so you can maintain some muscle, you can feel good about the day. And again, we want to keep the momentum going and keep off body fat during this time. That's a great way to do it too. So no matter where you are, what you have going on, there is no excuse to not get a workout in, or at least not get in 3 workouts per week. You can make that happen no matter who you are or what is going on. I promise you, anything is better than nothing right now. Get in a workout, please. All right, now we're going to move on to the walking side of things and activity. So again, I know it's cold as all get out. It's frigid. It's freezing. You got icicles coming down your house. It's snowing outside. You gotta layer up. You gotta wear 4 layers. There's 4 layer season out here. So probably not gonna want to go walk outside all the time. Granted, you still could, and you could bundle up, and it's probably nice to get out and about, be out in the cold weather, see the Christmas lights, be a part of the festivities in the snow, the winter festivities. You could do that. And if it's warm enough where you're at, keep getting your steps in outside. Aim to get in 5,000 to 10,000 steps per day. So either way, though, no matter if it's cold, warm, whatever the case is, my main goal for you during this time and this is probably arguably a bigger goal than getting the workouts in, is being active and getting in at least 5,000 steps per day. I don't care if you live in Antarctica. I don't care if you live in Alaska. I don't care if you live in Maine. I don't care if you live in Ohio. Get 5,000 steps in per day. This is gonna help you burn some extra calories, balance out the fun food calories you're gonna have from the 27 different kinds of Christmas cookies you're gonna be eating. This is going to be extremely helpful. I don't care if you need to, so if it's cold outside, this is what I normally do. If it's cold outside, sometimes I will go for a walk outside. If it's like above like 30 degrees Fahrenheit, I'll bundle up, I'll go for a walk outside. If it's below that, you gotta figure out something else to do. Even if it is around there, you gotta figure out some other options other than just walking outside, because that's pretty cold. So one, you could walk on the treadmill. So if you go to the gym, you could walk for 30 minutes on the treadmill. If you have a treadmill at home, you could walk for 30 minutes. You have like a walking pad thingy-majiggy, whatever they came out with, I forgot what it's called, like a walking pad. You could walk on that. That's another thing you could do. The other thing, and this is what I love to do this. I love to do this. It gets me in trouble sometimes, but I love to do it. You could go to a store, Target, the mall, the grocery store, and just walk around there. And that's something you could do with family, with friends. Go for a walk in there. Walk, park your car far away, park it at the back part of the parking lot, walk to the store, walk around everywhere, do your thing. You're gonna get in a good amount of steps doing that. So that's one way, on a pretty regular basis that you could do. And even if I think that's where you have to have some discipline, is not buying a ton of stuff. I feel like I'll walk into Target and it's like automatically $100 spent at least. So have to keep that in mind. But that's one way that you can get in a lot more steps. And then really 5,000 steps is not that hard to get in. You have to be intentional with it for sure. But the times and ways I normally do it, it's like after you get a meal in, go for a walk. Go for a walk outside for 10, 15 minutes. Do that 3 times per day. You're going to stack up 5,000 steps just by doing that. And then, walking on the treadmill, even if it's just every morning, right when you wake up, drink a little bit of coffee, walk on the treadmill for a little bit for 30, 40 minutes. And then you're off to the day and you can enjoy the rest of the day. Or you go for a walk with your dog. You go for a walk with your kid. You go for a walk with your significant other. You go for a walk by yourself. Whatever the case is, get in some sort of activity. 5,000 steps per day, at least every single day. That's how you're going to balance out some of the fun foods as well. Good habit to get down. All right, the last thing, and this is going to be, well, not the last thing, there's 2 more things, but it all kind of goes hand in hand. So nutrition, this is probably the most important thing right now. The most important thing and just mindset thing I want you to keep in mind is that just because it is a more fun time and there's a lot of higher calorie foods, one, that does not mean you are bad for enjoying cookies and meals with family and friends and having some drinks and doing your thing. You're not bad. This time of year is really challenging to make progress, losing weight, losing fat, and it is okay if you're not making progress, but just because you're maintaining is progress right now. Just because you are maintaining and not continuing to lose fat, lose weight, does not mean that you should just give up completely on the quality nutrition habits. In fact, in order to make more progress when the new year comes around, when January comes around, and so on, and also to feel good about having the foods you are enjoying right now, it is good to still maintain some sort of quality habits. And so the things that I would do and keep in mind, here are some of the main things. I would say one, and this is, for real, this is the biggest tip. The biggest tip. Please save the fun calories for the fun days. I know we have all of December is kind of festive and fun and people bring cookies and they bring all that kind of stuff, but wait to go ham on the food until there's an actual celebration. Don't go ham from December 12th, I think is when this video is going to come out, December 12th until January 2nd, every single day eating whatever you want. You're going to gain weight. You just are. So if you have 3 to 6 days during that period of time where you're living it up, maybe there's a holiday party you really want to enjoy, and then you have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's. That's 4 days. You're living it up and doing your thing. If you have 4 of 20 days where it's higher calorie, but the other days are, pretty consistent, you're being mindful of calories, you're working in higher protein foods, veggies, fruits, just kind of normal day-to-day meals, you're going to be able to maintain progress super well. And you could even make progress during that time. So that's the biggest thing to keep in mind is save the fun calories, the excess of fun calories for the actual fun and festive in unique times that you really want to enjoy. Wow, that sun is bright. So that's number one. The days when you don't have stuff going on, be on your game with stuff. Number two, even those days where you have stuff going on, still save calories for the fun and enjoyable part of the day. Don't just chalk it up as a whole day of like a full cheat day. That's a mistake people make. Even on a day-to-day basis or a weekend, week-out basis, when you're trying to make progress, losing weight, losing fat, that sun is bright, boy, golly. I need to put sunglasses on. Even on a day-to-day basis when you're trying to lose fat, you need to save calories for the fun foods, and that same concept can still apply even on the times and days when you're enjoying holiday foods. So say, for example, you have a family dinner later at night. Earlier in the day, I would still wake up and have have eggs, have some fruit at lunchtime. Maybe you have like some sort of, veggies and chicken breast and like a protein bar. And then at night, then it's like, all right, I'm going to enjoy myself and have whatever I want right now and then get back on track the next day. So even if it is a day where you're enjoying yourself, it doesn't have to be necessarily a full-blown day of like fully eating whatever you want. Granted, if you're the kind of holiday goer doer where you are spending like 2-3 days at your family's house and it's just wake up, you have this big immaculate breakfast with family, you have lunch with family, there's snacks, there's cookies, there's candy, and then this big dinner, it's like, yeah, that's probably just gonna end up being like a higher calorie day. You chalk it up. But the times when you can save calories for the fun and enjoyable stuff, do your best to do that. So that's it. That's the other part of it. So those are honestly the two biggest things. Like, you can still be mindful most of the time, but then enjoy yourself in the moments that you're doing it. So that is my biggest tip. We're going to adjust this really quick. Golly. Those are my biggest tips for you. And I think the biggest thing that you need to keep in mind is just having the right mindset with this stuff. Like, yes, we want to enjoy the point of working on fitness goals and looking, feeling your best and being overall healthy is to enjoy it with the people you want to, enjoy life with the people you want to, your family and friends, but then also to feel your best and not be like anxious when you're doing it. You put in all this work at all times. It's okay to have a few days where you're enjoying yourself and living it up and having all the fun and tasty foods, because most of the time and your habits are set in place where you're enjoying yourself and can get right back on track right away. So I think that's the last thing I'm going to leave you with is that, even if you do have just this like high calorie 3-week stretch and you do gain a little bit of extra body fat or body weight, if you get back on track as soon as possible after the holidays, even if it's like January 2nd, you get back on track and you're like, oh man, I gained 5 to 8 pounds. One, a lot of that is going to be water weight. And if you just get back on track with your normal workouts, cardio, nutrition habits, in a matter of 3 to 5 days, you're going to lose most of that anyway. And you're going to be like, oh, like it was just like a little short-term water weight. And then, anything left over outside of that, again, it's like 2-3 weeks at most, and you're going to lose it all again. And then you're going to be back into a groove with things and able to make a lot more progress. So if you want to, maintain your progress, not gain too much body fat during this time, those are the things I would focus on. And then overall, no matter what, it's all about getting right back on track as soon as possible. But enjoy your time, enjoy life, have a wonderful holiday season. Let me know your thoughts, let me know questions. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it, go ahead and leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. I sincerely appreciate you being here. Again, have a great holiday. Those are the main things to focus on. Peace and blessings, much love. Talk to you soon.